What's up, y'all? You rocking with Moochie, and this is Moochilla's review. So hit the hammer, cause you came through. Ew. So we are talking about Snowfall's finale. Um, I do have a vote that I put up in the chat. The vote is please go to the poll and put it in. How'd y'all feel about this finale? Was y'all satisfied about it? Or did I put it in? I don't even know if I put in the vote, y'all. I really don't know. I was doing so much. But we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with Snowfall tonight. And a lot of people's not satisfied with it's feeling kind of a way about the ending, but I understood it. I understood it. Um, I see why. I wish it could have went down another way. I told y'all couldn't trust Veronique. You had to trust her long game. Her long game. But we'll get to that. But let me bring the ladies in tonight. The ladies. And I got Tamika from Tamika's Den. She's the hardest working person right now. What's up, Tamika?
Hello, everybody. How y'all
You real
doing?
low.
I'm low.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Let me. Yeah, you sound real low. Okay.
Better.
Yes. And I got my moderator in here. She says, look, Moochie, I gotta come on tonight. Girl, I gotta come on tonight because she says she has so much that she wanna talk about that is burning her mouth like hot sauce. So I had to bring Inga up. What's up, Inga?
Hey, everybody.
Look, you got the hot sauce in your mouth still?
I'm eating candy. Look, I'm sorry I cannot be in there to chit chat with everybody in this chat because I know it's a couple of people that I would love to have back and forth conversation with. But I had to speak on this thing. It's just been on my chest all day.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in everybody's little chats talking to them. I said, "Now I gotta talk to the ladies. These my day ones here. I gotta talk to
Yes.
them all." Yeah. So Perry Samara, hey, everybody that I did not speak to yet.
Mm-hmm. So look, I'm gonna just start with this. It broke my heart too how Franklin ended up, but you gotta understand. He was addicted to the game. He was addicted to not even the game. He was addicted to the money because he wasn't out there really hustling like that. He was never on the block like that. He was the
That's right.
supplier. So he was addicted to the money, y'all.
That's right. Absolutely.
Homeboy was addicted to the
And that was
money.
his obsession. Everybody had some addiction or some sort.
Mm-hmm.
His addiction was the money.
What was Louis?
I think she wanted power.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted power because she didn't, especially those last episodes when she was talking to Jerome, saying, they don't care about me. They only acknowledge you. They only want to do business with you. So I think she wanted some type of power, and we know Teddy wanted to keep power. He wanted to control.
Yeah, Teddy wanted control. He was obsessed with being in control,
Mm-hmm.
and I made you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Louis was power. Hey, Miss T.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Miss T.
I get the message conveyed, but was saddened by the ending. Hey,
And,
Samara.
and, and two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
When you see people that are maybe homeless, not homeless. Say you had a family member, a friend, or somebody, or even if it's somebody you don't know, you saw them doing well, beautiful. I've seen some women that was fine, beautiful women, and later on in time, between alcohol and the drugs, some of
Mm-hmm.
it combined, lost their teeth and
Yup. Well, you be like,
dirty
yo,
and all this kind of stuff. They look wild, and
mm-hmm.
you thinking they much older, and turn out they ain't but maybe same age as you or younger than you. I mean,
Yeah.
they turn out not to be that old, and so yeah, two things can be true. We can understand the message and be sad at the same time because it is heartbreaking. The whole thing is heartbreaking. So many messages. You got to give a clap to the writers.
Yeah.
They just so many messages in here.
Yeah.
So many messages,
Okay. Hey,
And to me,
Zaya. I
oh,
think
hold on.
the finale was realistic. Tamika, I gotta ask you when you come back. I think the finale was realistic. It has happened many times in real life. Exactly.
Yes. Thank you, Zia. Yes.
And that's what I
Thank
wanted to say. You know how many where you be like, yo, this dude used to be the ish back in the day.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
damn. Even
Absolutely.
said it. Damn, homie, you used to be the man. What happened to you?
Exactly. You see it every day. You go outside. I don't know where you live or how your neighborhood is, but you can find somebody somewhere.
Yes.
Somebody was
It's
like
true.
that.
That's
You know,
definitely true. I got people I know, people I've seen growing up in my neighborhood, or
you might have
family
went to
members.
school with them from elementary, middle, or
And
high
people would
school.
think that they was way older than what they was, or whatever
Yeah.
else. And a lot of times it was alcohol and it was drugs. And sometimes the alcohol is actually worse than the drugs. I
exactly.
forget what we was talking about. I think it was when we was doing our review for Love at the Lockup. I
Mm-hmm.
was addressing the effects that have. So
yeah, that was
it's
with
definitely real.
mm-hmm.
Don't get it twisted.
Exactly. You absolutely. That's why I find it so realistic. I know there's a few. I'm not gonna name people's names, but all day, I've been fighting and put my boxing gloves on because people was just saying, "Oh, it shouldn't have went down this way," and
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody
they
gonna
wanted
have
him to go
different
out like
opinions.
Scarface or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And which I would have been cool with that too. Had they got some guns and blasting them, I would have been cool with it. But I'm glad they did. When I watched that thing 3 times so far.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing with me. I had to watch it 3 times too for the simple
each time
fact
I'm getting more information. I'm learning. I'm figuring more out. At least, So,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Last night I was pissed, and I get it because we've been with this character for 6 years. Sometimes, even though it's a fictional character, you feel like you know them. You kind of have this.
We making up theories and
we all
lies
was
and
already on pins and needles. Like, how is this gonna end? And making our predictions. So last night I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think I went through the 7 stages of grief. I literally had a headache. I was like, yo, my head is pounding right now.
Yes.
But then looking back on it afterwards and kind of being able to take it more in today. And even last night, I was just kind of saying, when it's all said and done, he got what he deserved. Like, he was a fiend for the money. It was so ironic that he became a fiend, maybe not in the way of him, the drugs he was pushing out to other people, but he became that way for the money. He was willing to give up his mother, everything, his family, when all this was supposed to be to protect his family, bring them closer together, have a legacy to leave behind. He literally did the exact opposite. So I was like, the irony of that, and the fact that he hated where his father became.
And
he basically became him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then this is the things I was hearing people reading people saying today. This is not what John, the small-minded thinking people. This is not what John Singleton wanted. I'm thinking, did you have John Singleton's phone number? Was you friends with him? How you know what he had wanted? We don't know whether or not he had already had the begin. Some writers write their whole thing out like a vision board. He might have did this a long time.
I was just gonna say that
some people write, they
already have the ending.
And then he might have.
We don't know really,
and we don't know. Like I know. The author, the great author Walter Mosley was one of the writers and the executive producers took over after John Singleton. How do we know they had a conversation? Something was said. I mean, even though John Singleton didn't know he was going to pass, it was like a heart attack. He just died. But that writers a lot of time write out their stories, at least bullet points of the story. So I think people just don't need to.
That is true. We don't know. We don't know what parts that they had to change or improvise on, because, like you said, he did die suddenly. Nobody was expecting that.
Yeah.
But I do think that it was some parts that was probably originally what he had in mind, and some parts that they added in. We really don't know which ones was which. At the end of the day, we all gonna have, like I said, different missing pieces, and everybody's perspective is gonna be different. And I'm sure there's a lot of things we can name, like, oh, we wish they would have went this way or that way, or added this in or took that out.
I never trusted her. You damn right. I ain't trust her. People was like, why you don't trust her? This is exactly why. She had a
I know I got the unpopular opinion.
Me too. I got my opinion changed. My opinion has changed. I'll let Moochie keep talking. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut her off.
No. I'm saying, listen, I didn't trust her. I didn't trust her, but I see why she did what she did. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I see why she did what she did, and I'm gonna give you why I feel that way when we get to it. But let's start off, yo. Um, when this happened, the first scene when he went into this bar, I said once he take a sip of that drink, I knew this was the end, the beginning of the end, and I was like, damn, don't drink this, Franklin, don't drink. And he took that drink, and I was just like, nah, it's not gonna be good anywhere good from here.
Yeah.
And
I
you
agree
know they
because
made a
we know
point.
he never took drinks. So soon
Yeah,
as they sat that there, I said, this is being shown, and they closed up on it. I said, this being shown for a reason. Because I know for me, I was never a smoker. I never liked smoke in my house. I used to be like, you have to smoke outside. Then all of a sudden, I got stressed out one day and I started smoking a daggone cigarette. Next thing you know, people was looking like, wait a minute, you got a cigarette in your hair? Because they knew I used to always stay away from it. And that was the hardest thing to quit. But that reminded me of that. I said, oh, Lord, he going down the hole now.
Yeah, they made a point from season 1 all the way through the whole series. They made a point of showing Franklin only drinking soda or water or something like that. They always made sure that he was never drinking because his father was an alcoholic. He might have deep down knew he had the issue too. And that first drink just took over.
I don't think he knew it was an issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe his mother saw it coming. That's why she did what she did.
Oh yeah, of course.
Who
Absolutely.
knows? This might have been a repeat play of how Alton, how that was Alton's demise. That's why she followed. That's why she did what she did, y'all.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm team Sissy all the way, all the way to the very end. Yeah,
I am too.
I'm not
I know
mad
some
at
people
all.
didn't like
And
what
when we
she
get to
did,
that,
but I was okay with it. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Look. As far as this is where I was just like, damn, I know this is gonna go downhill from here. And I just wish that it would have went down different.
Oh, women, quick thing before you go to another scene is that the bartender, he said he poured him a drink. He said, the first one's on me. That's the same thing they did with the crack. They gave the crack
exactly.
Took it out to the projects, gave it out to all the people, and they gave them the first one. The first hit is free, and then all the fiends kept coming back. So it's like poetic justice, all this whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was karma, his karma.
Yeah.
Even though to me, I feel like Teddy's karma should have been worse than his.
Yes, most definitely. I wanted to see more,
especially after how he spoke to Sissy last week. Did I rock it up? No, but you brought it to the hood. This wasn't our neighborhood wasn't like this before.
Yeah, that's what I said. This was a destruction. The people who are winning are the U.S. government. That's who the winners are. When people say, well, Oso won and Leon won this one. No, actually, everybody, Sissy even said that everyone's hands is dirty in this situation. And the U.S. government is the one that they felt they look like they the winners. And thanks to Ronald Reagan, I hope he's resting in hell, all the way in hell. A lot of things happened under his watch.
Exactly.
I can go politics.
That whole war on drug stuff. That whole war on drugs. Yes. What's up, Detroit? You want the link? Hit me up.
Yeah, well,
I want to have somebody where they opposing, but look, Moochie, the writers dropped the ball and 2 times jumps, was lazy writing, and what happened to Arkansas. I don't like that they left that story on like we didn't see it, because I thought we was going to see the demise in that neighborhood too, Detroit. I really did think that.
Yeah, and this whole crack era is demise of every urban neighborhood in the United States of America that
this was a strategic plan
dealing with to this day.
Exactly.
I live close to Baltimore. Baltimore still look like something bomb blew off in Baltimore. Okay, so this is all the effects of all of this. This is from the U.S. government.
It was all over.
Yeah, all over every major city in the United States of America, everywhere. And we got hurt the worst in it. And we're still suffering from it. Now the new crack is fentanyl now. So that's another thing.
And that Martin, Sissy was on my nerves a little. How was she okay to help Franklin and then not wanting to deal with Franklin.
But this was different.
You know what it was? She was willing to help him until she saw the worst of her son.
Yeah.
But
You
she
gotta
was
look at it.
helping him at the beginning. She was trying to help him with the real estate part. She didn't help him sell no drugs. She took the dirty money to try to make it clean, so that in hopes that he would get out of the game. He would have a real estate company, and that was what the plan was.
And then not for nothing, he wanted to get.
She did it anyway.
Not for nothing, he wanted to get out. Teddy took that money. Just imagine if Teddy didn't take that money, he would have been out of the game, y'all. Y'all know this, right?
Yeah.
They pulled him back in when they took the money.
Yeah, see, she didn't mind helping her son when it was like, I'm trying to help you. I'm gonna help you right now so that we get out of this situation. And the reason why she didn't help him at the end, because he was so far gone. He was lost. He was a monster. He was disrespectful, a whole bunch of things. So she said he's lost. She said that.
Okay. I'm gonna read some comments and then we're gonna move on to the next subject. I know the finale deserved at least 2 hours. There were too many time jumps. I knew that they would have to do it, but they needed to tie up the loose ends a little tighter, in my opinion.
That's not bad.
I like this comment, and I agree with her totally because I feel like they left a lot of open storylines. They left a lot of open storylines, but they did give us some sort of satisfaction out of this. I don't know if were you guys able to scroll up and see the vote at the top of the chat? Let me know.
I voted early on, but I don't know.
All right, because I don't even see it anymore. I'm trying to.
No, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm trying to get to it, but I can't see it. But
oh shit.
Yeah. So
I can't get to it anymore.
You can't. I don't think we're gonna be able to get to it because remember I was supposed to go live at 6 and then I had to run out and then Tamika had stuff, so then we had to link up at this time. I wasn't even supposed to go at this time. I was supposed to go later, but I had some trouble. You know, I got a lot of things going on in my life, and I'll be trying to get this done. But anyway, we're here now. We getting it in. Let's talk about it.
Appreciate y'all here,
and I'm glad y'all came through. Chris P says, Noel, I agree. FX couldn't borrow some money from Dick Wolf Universe and giving us that 13 episodes to wrap it all up.
They could take away one of them Law and Order episodes. Just take one of them away. That would be the budget for that. Yeah.
I'm just happy Leon survived. Me too, Kara. I'm happy too. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't there's so much stuff I didn't do. I didn't leave the link for people and stuff. But anyway, moving on to the next thing. This is you see him unraveling, y'all.
Yes.
And from the last 3 episodes, you saw Franklin unravel.
But you know something? Franklin was changing early on. If you go back and do a rewatch at some point, you got to
go back to the 5th season and then keep in mind how he was talking.
No, before that he was already talking to people disrespect. I mean, not as bad as he was now.
No, he would have his moments when he would come out of character.
There's been a pattern of him being crazy, you know.
Tamika, do you think I'm gonna ask you this question? He had his moments where he came out of character, Inga, but he was always able to reel it back in. This time he wasn't able to reel it back in because he was too busy chasing that money.
Yes, I agree on that. Yeah.
Yeah, he just cracked. He cracked. You saw it here. I mean, he was willing, basically. In other words, if those guys wasn't standing there, then him and Leon would have had to do the, you know what I'm saying? Shoot him up, bang, bang. You know, he's talking about, is this how it's going to end? And Leon was like, I hope not, but hey, you push me, I'm going to have to push back. Because he basically was telling him, well, that's my money. I'll take it. What you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To stop me from taking it. And I didn't blame Leon. I wouldn't have gave him a damn thing. He wasn't getting that money back no time soon, if ever. What the hell I'm giving you my money for?
He wasn't even able to pay the $500,000 back.
No.
And then you asked for the $3 million. So
this was crazy.
Leon was zero.
So you know what? Let's just go to the scene and we're gonna talk about it. because I do have a question for y'all. Let's talk about it.
Safe? Cause I sure fucking don't.
She didn't want you to have that money, and I ain't gonna disrespect what she did by giving you something she didn't want you to have.
And you for real right now, after everything I've done for you, you gonna sit there with a life raft and watch me fucking drown? Nigga, I'm the reason y'all niggas got this fucking money in the first place.
It's blood money. If I can give it all back, I would.
Oh, fantastic. Or I'm gonna take it.
You know what was crazy to me with this part? The way he did this, if it was just him and Leon alone in that room, he would have took him out.
Yeah. That's a fact.
That's
Like,
definitely
he
a
had
fact.
that look in his eyes, like, yo, that was crazy to me. He just kept going lower and lower and lower and lower.
EJ, I sent you a text. Check it. So, okay, can't.
No, I agree
What's your
with
thought
Tamika.
about it? I'm glad he didn't give the money back.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad he didn't get it back. I agree with what Tamika had just said. I mean, he would have if those other guys, those other gang members wouldn't have been there, his crew, they yeah, he would have killed Leon. And he would have tried to find where the $3 million is at. You know, he was unhinged at this point. He was just gone. That's why Sissy said that. Franklin's gone. He's lost.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna walk back to the episode where the mother was in it. What's her name?
Veronique mother.
She saw him becoming unhinged once he took out.
Didn't she use the word monster or something?
Yeah.
I think she might have said monster.
She said he's turning into a monster.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And she saw him becoming unhinged once he took out Teddy's father, because he didn't even give that a chance.
That wasn't part of the plan.
He didn't give that chance to resonate, and that wasn't part of the plan, because he could have took him back with him. And brought him back and be like, you come here, I got your father. But he didn't even, it's just like,
Look, as much as I did not like, you know, I was with you, Moochie. You and I both was on the same page. You know, we ain't trust her. We ain't like her. Where she come from? She seems sneaky. All of that. I was with that. I stayed with that up until he put them hands around that lady's toe, who's supposed to be pregnant or whatever. And I said, okay.
But that's why they did that, because they wanted you to hate him. Just like how they did, and I hate to cross-reference shows, that last season of Power, how they wanted us to hate Ghost. And you was mad that they wrote it this way.
Yeah, that was the setup. I mean, they played it out exactly how they wanted it to. And I seen somebody say on I think Lay's live last night in the comments that he should have shot her. And shout out to the OG Big Ron. He was like, no, he should have took his daggone self out the way he was acting. And I'm not mad at her. I'm
not mad at her either. I'm not mad at her either. But at that point, I said, you know something, she stayed and dealt with him as long as she could.
Yeah.
And even helped him along the way. Now, she might have still been plotting and planning.
I think she was plotting and planning from the
get-go. Said that on the
beginning.
She was a scammer. She knew how to scam.
She was plotting and planning from the beginning.
She probably was. But I still think once he put them hands, that was it. She was gone. And I don't blame her. I would have taken, and I
would have took
other
every
people saying why she didn't. I
don't think she should have took it all, though.
Oh, no, I don't agree.
I don't think she should have took it all. What's up, EJ?
Okay, leave him money for what?
So, EJ, let me ask you this question.
Wait, Franklin.
Leave him money to do what? Because if you had left him $1 million,
he didn't care about nobody.
It was $800,000. Say she left him $100,000. He would still have blown that money. He was already just gone. He was already gone. Yeah, leave him money for what?
I couldn't understand why he got mad, because she didn't actually do the deal. She just was talking. And she told him to come back. He didn't come straight back.
Right.
If he would have came straight back, they would have talked about that, and it wouldn't have been behind his back. So I get that part. But the part that I felt like she was waiting for him to mess up so she could do so she could have a justifiable reason to do what she did. And that's how I feel about
Listen,
that.
and y'all know I said it. What was that? 2 episodes
You
ago. I
you
don't
might
even
be right, but
remember.
I don't care.
When
I'm
her
glad she
mother
left.
warned her, I felt like she should have left then. To be
Yeah, but
honest,
if
she so stuck it out longer.
she stayed because they didn't have the money yet.
And she thought
And,
they was gonna be able to get it, but the longer
mhm.
time went, the more crazy, Franklin was getting. At one point, she even got crazy with him too, because she's the one that pulled that oil out and was
Yup.
like, "Let's get it popping."
Yeah, well,
But
she wanted the money too. She wanted the
yeah,
37 million or whatever. She wanted the money too.
And the mother saw that too. Sissy saw that. That's why she told her to be quiet.
She said, "Shut up."
yeah, because she saw it was nothing but destruction.
Okay, Jay.
What
Your
up?
thoughts on this whole thing
Hey, EJ.
with Veronique? Well, we already with the whole thing with Leon and him not giving him that money. I know he did the right thing. I'm glad he did what he did. What's your
Yeah.
take on it?
I mean, for sure, with the Leon situation, he definitely should not have given him the money. He couldn't pay him back the 500,000. At this point, Franklin has devolved so far, and Leon can see that. Like anybody who is paying attention can see that Franklin is all the way gone at this point, and giving him money doesn't fix the situation. You would just take an L. You got $3 million. You just need to let it be. As far as Veronique is concerned, I was kidding earlier when I was like, she should have left him something. I mean, I feel like she did leave something in there. They said that it wasn't all gone, but just most of it was gone. But at the end of the day, I see it as child support. I'm just keeping it real. She has to raise this baby and she took the money. It is what it is. Franklin, she would have stayed with Franklin if we really think about it.
Yes.
She was going to stay with Franklin.
Yes.
But he made this decision to put his hands on her, and then he went so far down the rabbit hole. She had to think about self-preservation, and at the end of the day, it's always about self-preservation.
That's
and
right.
I'm not mad at her for that. I was always on the fence about her, but at the end of the day,
too.
I felt like she made the right decision.
Boom. That's how I feel.
I agree with
I
that.
don't have nothing to say. You said it for me, EJ.
I agree with that, but I still feel like she had this in her mind all along.
Probably.
And she just was waiting for him to mess up.
It's a possibility.
Some people I'm just waiting for that other shoe to drop. Once that other shoe drop, I'm taking the money and I'm out.
Yeah. She a crook by nature.
She's
a crook by nature.
And she probably don't even consider it stealing, for the simple fact is I gotta take care of your baby.
That's right. Listen, I'd rather get the heck up out of here and still be living while I can, because the next
exactly
thing that might not just be that choke.
That's right. I'd be going to another country somewhere.
What up, Brillo?
Hey, Brillo.
I don't know. I think she did. I think she did love Franklin to a certain point. But I still feel like this was a confidence grip, because keep in mind she came from. Remember how he met her, y'all? Remember those people at the bookstore that he was getting all that information from about the CIA and all of that?
She
and
was their lawyer or something, right?
She was their lawyer. So I thought for some reason it was gonna be some get back for them. I always thought that. So that's where what I feel about it, because Detroit, I'll send you the link. I just told you I'll send it to you if you want to come on.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I mean, I really don't know what more I'm gonna say more than what EJ was saying. I think I would have said the same thing. Like, and I think your point too, Moochie, where you said, and I'm thinking she might have been playing, because you and I never liked the lady. We was like, where the hell she come from?
Yeah,
it was no build up story.
I think they set all of that up on purpose from the beginning. I was saying that, like, they want to, because we know he always had bad luck with women anyway. That was kind of his kryptonite. And then we didn't get to see them meet. We just kind of got told the story, and or her adding in what her past was, what her mother was. We seeing she know how to work a gun. Like, everything was so mysterious.
And that's why I feel like she might have been. She never really talked about her past that much. I'm sorry,
and I feel like they did that on purpose.
She might have been plotting to take that 73 million. She might have been plotting to take the 37 million. She might not was gonna stay with him forever and ever and ever. Once they got some money, she was gonna probably leave anyway. Him putting the hands on the throat was just
That
I'm
just
gone.
was like,
I'm
exit
gone.
now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she did the right thing, even though I'm saying I'm
Yeah,
crazy
I
about
wasn't
it.
mad at it. I said,
I ain't
"Go,
mad
girl,
at you.
go!
I ain't mad at you.
Get
Yeah.
up out of there."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, run for your life.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
moving on. I like this scene, but I don't like how they muzzled her. And I understand that she was just getting a reign where this was not the time to talk. But when else was she gonna really do it?
We knew they would do that. They wasn't gonna be trying to let that truth come out.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that scene too. I like that she did that. I figured she was gonna do that, and I think it was, I can't remember, Kendall or somebody actually said that in the comments last week, where they was like, I wonder if she gonna like yell out in the court, and that's exactly what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you
Yeah, that
go,
was last week on your live. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
if you go and look at documentaries on like Angela Davis or some of the other Black Panther members, they were express themselves like that in court and yell out, put the fist up in the air and things like that. I was waiting for her to put the fist up.
Yeah, but you
I
saw
was
the
waiting
Black
on-
Panthers in the back too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Next
Yeah.
to
So,
Franklin.
yeah, exactly. I saw them. Yeah. So
What's up,
I'm not
Jamarcus?
surprised that she burst out and said something. That didn't shock me. I'm glad she did.
I'm glad
Yeah.
she did too.
Me too.
So she has more of a relationship with Leon as a son than she did with Franklin by the
Yeah.
time we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was sad because she knew she lost her child, because she said that one of the biggest tragedies of her life was how Franklin turned out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
She
this,
said he's lost. Mhm.
yes, he's lost. He was.
I mean, that's what she said. She said it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
This scene broke my heart. Like, they was acting they behinds off in the little teardrop when she told him that she was proud of him, and she was like, "Look, if you want to do something for me, go be with your wife, do what you got to do, come back," and all that. I was like, "Ah," and she was like, "You my biggest surprise," and he was.
And
I
yeah,
just,
she
I know
find out who
Leon.
you want to be.
I know Leon wants to save his hood, but when she was like, "You not gonna ask me to stay," when
Oh yeah.
when Wanda said that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt sad but he was like, "No, but I'm not gonna stop you from going." But I like the fact that he made sure he wasn't having that stuff in his in their house, and he chose to do business in another unit. So that way she's not around it. He don't got her around it. And I like that he did do it this way, so that way the temptation is not near her, even though it's everywhere once she walks outside the door.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's up, Detroit?
Hey, ladies, how y'all
Look,
doing?
Hey.
What up? What up? What
you
up?
got Sissy Saint picture up
Yeah,
there?
because she's the greatest of all time. Because she the
Yeah.
one. I'm gonna say this, man. Franklin is a buck dancing coon, man. To be honest with you, you really gonna call your mama a bee?
And
I
he
know.
had the nerve to call that guy that came up to him a daggone coon.
Uncle Tom.
Yeah,
called
he the
Tom.
coon.
Yeah,
He the
exactly.
one. He the one selling out his own community, selling them that poison, and then gonna let Teddy out. He really was gonna let Teddy.
Yeah, he was
leave.
never going to remember when he had told Oso that he said he promised that he would kill Teddy. He never had no intention of killing Teddy. All he cared about that damn money.
Yeah,
Right.
he was really gonna let Teddy go.
Facts.
Oso would have been in major trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because he would have got killed. He would have found him and killed him.
He would have found him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now
I agree on that. And that's
Hey.
what I'm saying. Franklin started doing some funky stuff long before this
Hey,
episode
ladies,
aired. It was a build-up.
Let me ask y'all a question, and let me know if I'm wrong. I always said that Franklin never had a plan B or C, because if he had a plan B or C, he would never be crying about that $73 million.
No, he had a plan B looking for him right in the face. He did have a contingency plan. He chose to go for the big money. He had a contingency plan.
Yeah. That's
There
all
was an
I'm
option.
saying.
That's true.
Yeah, there was an option, but exactly. Yeah, there was an option, but he chose something different. Maybe he didn't have it like solidified as a plan, like as his plan, but there were options. He had stuff in place that he literally could have taken a different route, but he chose this. And this is all Franklin's fault when it's all said and done. As much as I love Franklin, as much as I was hurt by this, we followed this character for years and years and years. And I ain't gonna lie, you can get connected to these characters.
Yes.
I was hurt to see Franklin go down this path. But at the end of the day, we can't help but understand that this does happen in real life. This is very realistic. Stuff like this happens all the time. And Franklin is a true tragedy. He literally is a tragedy.
Exactly.
Big facts, EJ.
Exactly. Yeah, because he had the real estate, so he could have left long ago. He could have left in season 4 if he wanted.
He could have sold all his assets and moved on.
Right.
Thank you.
He was greedy, just like Louis was greedy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why she walked away with no money.
That's a fact, Moochie.
She can't even go get that money overseas.
No, it's
you know
over.
why?
No,
She's
they know
to run. They're gonna be looking for that.
Exactly. Her name is flagged, so they would find her everywhere.
Exactly. They even know what aliases she's going by.
Yep.
Exactly. That's why I say that
she's trapped too. Oh, they're gonna catch her at some point. If we could see more episodes.
If she was smart, they both was dumb, because if she was smart, she would have got passports and stuff like that and went on and got her money, but she never did.
Well, wait a minute. I think she did. Didn't she give the passports and some bags and stuff to
that was all in the bag.
That was all in the bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She had. Oh, you mean she had some stuff somewhere else in another?
Yes,
location.
No, she was listening to her husband. They would have been out.
And why would you put all that information on your in that bag anyway, like that, and just leave it there?
Security, and the security got busted with the DEA while she hopping over fences and stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
And I don't see Louis as a win, but I guess we'll get to that. But I don't see it as a win. No. You having to look over your shoulder for the rest of your life. That's not a win.
What they saying?
You're not free.
It's a win. She won and also won. No, that's
not. It wasn't what I wanted for her, but I still don't see it as a win. And
I wanted her dead, but
that one.
I wanted her dead.
I knew she wasn't gonna die.
You know what I want to touch on real quick though? With him giving away Ruben without getting anything in return.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, I thought that too.
Why?
I'm sure they probably killed the CIA killed Ruben, which I really don't care. I hope they.
They probably tortured him, man.
They probably tortured him, but you're right. He should have got something in return.
He could have leveraged that to not even get that money. He could have leveraged that to get his mama less time. They would have did it.
Oh yeah. At least that, but he
didn't do that.
Right.
Well, look, let me
think about his mother.
I'm gonna go back to this. That scene with Leon when he came to the PJs. Leon was already talking about getting a game plan together to help Sissy, and he was like, we can't do nothing for her now. I just want to talk about this money.
He could have did something.
Talk about the mother.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't care about his mother, so he wasn't going to try to negotiate about his mother. He was going to try to negotiate. If he would have done it, he would have did it for himself.
Okay, let me look at this comment right here. Deuce Beats says his mom reaped the benefits of his drug dealing, but all of a sudden when Jerome dies, she's for the community now. Get the F out of here.
That's not true.
He had a right to say what he said. I don't think he had the right to talk to his mother in that fashion.
That's not true. She didn't benefit.
Like she was living in a big luxury and driving and walking around with fur coats and all. She didn't. What benefit?
She wasn't like that.
No. What benefit did she get?
I respectfully we're not trying to disrespect your comment, but if you go back in season 3, her and Elton was trying to find out to get a game plan to Franklin how to get Teddy and locked up. The only reason she was allowing him to do that because she wanted the CIA to go to jail, and she didn't want Franklin to get locked up or end up dying.
Exactly.
All right, so now did y'all see this lady? Does this look like Parissa to y'all? You know how they
no attention.
Yeah. It looks like Parissa to me. I think she was being followed in that. I think Parissa was put there like that by the CIA.
I mean, I wouldn't. Nothing would surprise me.
Do it look like Parissa, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Put a hammer up if y'all think it's Parissa.
Sure, I think she got that money, Moochie.
Anybody?
I
was thinking he was on the phone with Parissa when he made the call.
Hey, Moochie, my theory is I think she got the money. I think she knew exactly the account number from Teddy and everything. Yep, and she got that money.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think Parissa would be going in jail trying to shank nobody and all that.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, she's notorious for torturing people. So we'll leave it at that.
That's true.
Clarissa living life with that money.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I
No, that's not Clarissa.
Right.
Okay, I just
Throwing up
wanted to ask.
bananas.
I just figured it was a good question to ask.
It was. It was a good question.
It
Moochie.
was because I ain't paid that lady no attention. So
Because
that
I
was
was
a
like,
good one.
I said, is this Clarissa?
Mhm.
Hey, Mooch, lady, this is what I didn't like about this episode, but it was funny, and I respect the writing, but it was just like for Franklin, they made this dude out to be a dummy, bruh. This dude Peaches was in LA the whole time, and you ain't find this out. This man
Right.
have bought a whole
Yeah.
nother crib, man, with the
That was
$5 million.
crazy. Yeah. Soon as he got that envelope, I said, "Don't tell me he about to go flying peaches here." As everybody said, they wanted to
knew
know
it was
what happened to peaches. I said, "You got to
when
be
he got
kidding
that
me."
envelope, I said, "Oh, it's peaches."
And
But
I
then-
knew
Yeah.
the safe.
Yeah.
I thought the safe was gonna be empty with nothing, so I was surprised it even had 12,000.
Me
He
too,
said
because I
look.
thought it was gonna be zero. I thought it was gonna be cobwebs in there. Yeah.
All right, but hold on. Let me just show what a little bit I could get of it, because you know he had a whole monologue where he was talking, and I didn't take it all. You know I can't do all of that.
Oh, Franklin Saint, my nigga.
Come on.
I thought he got shot here at first too, Franklin.
Yeah,
I
Mm.
did too. I don't know how he missed him.
yeah, I thought he got shot too. So
I this you did all of that, and then you took out the man that opened the safe.
I guess he wanted to make it look like a robbery, robbery gone wrong type of thing.
Because he thought the man was gonna go back and tell his wife what happened.
The man wasn't gonna say nothing. He said, "I'm gonna say it. It was one of the white boys that did it. You couldn't let this guy go, and you basically gave him money, and then you turn around
that was
and
probably one of the saddest
Exactly.
things.
And he
take
didn't
him
know
out?
who he was. He didn't know his name. He had no information on you. It was just, once again, where Franklin has devolved so far down that he's willing to do whatever it takes.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
just another example of Franklin's downfall.
Exactly.
R.I.P. Miguel.
Yeah.
I felt bad for this guy, yo.
Yeah.
Me
I felt
too.
really bad for him, because I was like, damn, he ain't asked. He just came to open the safe, and then that looked like the same white guy that was talking to Franklin when they was looking for Peaches. When they came to that first house where it was a whole bunch of people in there getting high.
Maybe.
Dang, Peaches, how you get rid of $5 million like that, man?
That's the part I don't understand. How he got rid of that
But wait a
fast?
minute, some people saying he couldn't have did all those drugs, but who's to say he didn't give money away to his family and friends or somebody?
Oh yeah,
$5 million. You could give $1 million to your mom, $1 million to
you got to keep in mind, like this, he had to stay low, so he probably was giving people money for running errands and all of that stuff for him.
He probably gave away money. You know what I'm saying? So no, he ain't do $5 million up in his arm. He would.
I think he did. Them tracks on his arm.
too,
I
though.
think he did.
Yeah, he could have too. But I think it's a possibility you could lose $5 million in a short amount of time. Easy.
That time jump, man, made it worse, though. I think they should have been did the time jump in episode 9. Why doing it? I don't get it, man. That time jump confused me.
Thank you,
I was like, I said, what's going on here? I got a little confused too the first time.
The $12K that was in Peach's safe came full circle because of the price of the first brick. Yeah, I saw you wrote that earlier on somebody else's channel.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. But that's so many.
It's full circle. It was a lot of gems that they dropped that they showed you coming full circle.
And that's how you had to pay attention to every episode, every season, because some things that happened in season 1
came back in this
full
season.
circle.
Exactly.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, and people who were, if they late to the party, they need to go back and do the rewatch. Start with season 1, episode 1, and watch it through.
Big facts.
Okay, B says, my thing is, how didn't anyone had a backup plan and money in case something happens, especially Louie? Well, she did have a backup plan, but there was no way she could get there now. She so basically, was she lying to Buckley when she said she had that house in that area?
We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know.
The world may never know.
Yeah, we don't know. But listen, if you go back on the history of a lot of the mafia or drug dealers, or whoever from the past, A lot of them didn't have no exit plan. They ain't had no
Exactly.
plan. These people weren't trying to. They never thought that their life was going to stop. They thought they were going to be a mafia member for life or be
Exactly.
a gangster on the street for life. They never thought it was going to end,
sometimes
so they
people
didn't
thought
plan
they
to
was
get out.
untouchable, and they just live day by day.
They living day by day. Yeah.
So
I knew Louis wasn't gonna die because this is based off a true story on her part. But this lady right here ended up escaping for damn near 15 years until she got caught.
I was saying that last week that she was gonna be on the run.
Oh,
I forgot her name.
I saw the documentary about her.
I forgot her name.
Was it something like
I can't think of her name, but her and her husband was hustling together. And if you see the picture of the guy looks like a skinny version of Jerome.
Yeah, I saw a documentary about her.
She had a documentary on. She had a couple of documentaries, and her son is a professional.
One is on Netflix, I think.
Yeah, her son is she was on that. Her son is a professional skateboarder now. She saw that when she was locked up in jail.
Thompson, is that
Jamaica?
Yeah,
that's her name.
That's her. That's her. Yeah,
I know her name.
So her Louis' story is based off it. Louis' character is based off.
Yeah, it's probably loosely based, not 100%.
Yeah, it is. It's loosely based because only thing her husband got taken out at some kind of car wash business. So they kind of put little bits.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, you don't want to do it to the T because then you got to pay people and get permission and all that kind of. Yeah. So you just kind of loosely base something around someone's life.
They low-key can do a spinoff about that if they really wanted to. She ain't dead.
Yup, and I said this before. Thanks, Duke Speaks. Man, boy told Franklin this is how it was going to turn. They all was going to turn on him.
Yeah, he did say that. I think it was season 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, whatever season, right before he got taken out.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he had leeches around him too. Who's the leeches?
hey, ladies. One thing, though, and I'm a friend. We all love Franklin, man. But one thing, in season 5, he messed up this situation. All he had to do, all that information, bank statements and stuff. All he had to do is take that to a stash or whatever. He know Teddy is not to be trusted. He did it to himself.
Why was that in your house like that? It's easy
out
to get
in the
to.
open.
Yeah, out in the open. He did it to himself. That's why if he would have just did,
he was getting too cocky.
He was getting too cocky.
Safe.
He was comfortable and
he
had no plan. Like Detroit said, there was no plan. And at the end of the day, if you have no plan, what do you got? Especially if you in this game, you always got to be thinking 3-4 steps ahead. That stuff should have been in some kind of safe deposit box somewhere, something like that. It never should have been in his home. Teddy should have never been able to get that close to him. So I love Franklin. I rise for Franklin, but at the end of the day, Franklin made a lot of bad moves.
Wrong is wrong.
Yeah, he made a lot of bad choices. With this scene where they said she was here last year, so she's been staying with these people for like a year.
Dang, a year?
Yeah, because they was like, she was here
about 6 months ago or something like that.
She said she was here last year sometime. She stayed for 6 months and she left.
Yes.
Where is it, ladies? I'm just asking. Where is she living at? Where did they name?
This
where
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
You can tell because I've been down in Louisiana. You can tell by the moss,
the trees and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
South Carolina is like that too. You see it down in South Carolina. Some parts.
Remember, Inga? You was like they give you cookie crumbs. Remember when in episode?
She's from Louisiana.
Yeah.
In season 2, episode 8. You remember when Franklin killed Kevin? She was like, "You gonna have? I got family that's in Louisiana. That's where she's at.
That's where she's from. Yeah,
but she can't go to her family because that's the way they're gonna be looking for her
in Arkansas because they got the information.
Exactly.
Yeah, her friend or cousin or whoever it was. Yeah,
and I will always. Personal. And I will always say that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to say that I will always say that at the end of the day, Louis, she did what she did. I didn't like Louis at the end. Like Louis's character to me just kind of changed, and I didn't like. She got gritty as well. But at the end of the day, this is no win. She is gonna be on the run for her life, looking over her shoulder for her life. Louis didn't win to me. I know a lot of people like they wish he had died. I wish he had died. I ain't gonna lie. But sometimes this might even be a fate worse than death because I wouldn't want to look over my shoulders each and every day. So.
She in there cleaning out the dirty stables
Yes,
when
right.
they used to
It's
bring
not-
her
it's
horse
not a
to
win.
ride.
Yeah, I
from
know a lot
living
of
in that
people
big
say,
ass
"Oh, it's a
house.
win." She won. Not a win, even for Gustavo. Also, it's not a win for him either. You know.
No.
Oh,
And we gonna move.
Oh,
He gonna be
so
a
happy though. He just happy to be the heck out of
Oh,
here and living his life.
Well, he might be the only one that might be the happiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is though, but also don't go to North Carolina. That
Yeah,
might
don't
be a
go
setup.
there.
Now, I'm worried about that.
Can't.
Yeah, don't
I'm
go
worried
there.
That
about
might be a setup.
Right.
He can't even contact her.
Right.
Nope, he can't. So
That's
he
the-
loses his family in the
Right.
end.
Yo,
And how we know that the DEA ain't tapping her phone? They found out where she's at.
Mhm.
Well,
They-
if they
everybody's
tap
straight
her
by their
phone-
social security number. They can find her where she's at if she's working.
Mhm.
if they tapped her phone, she's calling the answering service that he's checking.
Right.
So they
Mhm.
still don't have no idea where she is.
Yeah, but that's why he should not try to get back into the United States. Stay in Mexico.
Yes, yep. That DEA right there, by the way, he got it's personal for him. He never gonna
Oh,
stop
he's never going until he's dead. He's never gonna let that go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
because remember how he talked
ain't
about
looking for
girl.
Oso. He looking for Louis now, and he only got that one old fuzzy picture of her. He don't even have no really good picture of her. That's the picture.
He ain't gonna let it go though.
He ain't gonna let it go.
If we got more episodes of this Moochie, we would still see him. What's his name? DA Tony. He would still be going around looking for her.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said he's like Blanca.
Facts.
Oh man.
yeah. He's never letting that go. So
yeah.
So not after losing that agent, after the way that he talked about it. Remember how he talked about the first agent that he had, then he talked about this one. This is real personal.
Yeah.
But I thought he was in the car with them.
He was.
He was knocked out.
So he was just knocked out, and he took out the other.
He
took out the girl.
Only the girl got killed.
The girl got killed.
The guy and Tony got knocked out.
He think the KGB took. Oh, so that's why he not looking for him.
Oh yeah, he did say that. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. That's why he's not going after him. He probably think Oso dead.
Yeah, he probably thinks Oso dead.
Where you at, boy?
I ain't think about that one.
That's a good find.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Now this was sad to me. This whole thing where he was like, if you want to call that living, somebody lived there, and you see Leon looking all like, fresh and whatnot.
And look at the whole neighborhood. See, this is the effects of the crack, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And everything that went in the guns and the gangs forming around 1980s. Around that time frame.
1990, because they was like in the late 80s.
But by 1990, it's full blown with the Bloods and Crips then.
Oh, yeah. Because when he said, where you from?
The late
that's what he was saying, like who he down with.
Yeah.
And he's like, I used to live
because they say with this spinoff that we getting that they're gonna be more focused on the gangs and of course the music. So of course you heard him say Wanda's getting into music. I said, oh Lord, I thought she was gonna just still be at the shelter. Now she wanna sing. But I like this part. I thought about how when the season first started, when we first got introduced to them, we seen Leon, even though it was sad, we seen Leon and Franklin walking together, and we ended off with them walking together. And then when he said that part about he free, even though I don't necessarily understand how he felt like he's free, but that's the same thing he said to Mel at one point about freedom. So that kind of like made me tear up. Y'all know I'll be getting emotional because I
teared up too with certain stuff.
Yeah,
it was sad. I did.
He don't have no family.
He is free in a sense, right?
Yeah, free from the CIA from selling drugs.
They not thinking about Franklin. They done moved on to bigger fishes by now. They done moved, by this time now, 1990. The drugs have spread across every city in the United States. So their targets, they ain't thinking about Franklin no more. So but he's free. I mean, he's free of everything.
You know what I don't like though? I think if John Singleton was here, he would have tackled it. I think they needed 15 episodes because I think they let the CIA off the hook because this is based off a true story. They wasn't off the hook. They got on.
Yeah, they didn't even get exposed.
They didn't even get exposed. They was supposed to
I thought
get
we was
exposed.
gonna see that. And I'm glad you brought that up, Detroit, because
they would have had.
It was a reporter that exposed them.
Yeah, they should have given them more.
And we talked about this 2 episodes. We was talking about it. It was a reporter. If you ever seen the movie Kill the Messenger?
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yes.
You guys, you gotta see that movie. They had Michael K. Williams playing Rick Ross. Freeway Ricky. And I said Wiki.
Moochie, it sound like we need to do a review.
Yes. Look, we're gonna look, Kill the Messenger. We're gonna put it up when we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna tell y'all where y'all can see it. And I know it's on Netflix, y'all. So that's gonna be one of our things we're gonna be doing next. Hopefully this panel could come back and join us for that.
I'm down.
Detroit, you down?
I'm down.
EJ, you down?
Always down.
All right. All right. So, and I know my other 2 is, they right with me with it.
Yeah.
So I don't even gotta ask them. But y'all have to watch that movie. I'm gonna put something up in the community tabs tonight about it. And also we already put up in the community tabs about the throwback votes that you have to put in. Go to the community tabs, please check it out, and cast your vote. The movies are there. It'll just be what order we're doing them in by the votes. Okay.
The CIA gonna need to get this work because I remember as a kid, my granddad was telling me like he never could stand Bush. We talking about Bush Senior because he was actually the vice president.
He was vice president. He was the worst too.
And he was over the CIA. That's how he, I ain't gonna get too deep, but that's why him and Saddam Hussein never got along. But I ain't gonna get into that. But
because we don't want to get too deep in that because that's a whole we gotta have a private conversation for that because we might get Moochie Page shut down.
Right.
So I
ain't gonna get
conspiracy theories and that because I can go deep into that.
I want to read Gemini Don's comment. Thank you, Gemini. The gift and the curse of making money, especially in the game. Sometimes friends turn enemies, bring you down, and ego. They did a good job last night showing Franklin's journey and the downward spiral for sure. Definitely.
Great comment.
And it was a cautionary tale. It was a cautionary tale.
Yeah. And shout out to the makeup department because they did a fabulous job making him look like a crackhead.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he looked like he was an addict. Everybody's saying he's a crackhead, but I know he ain't touched that.
Whatever.
No, he ain't touched
he was an alcoholic.
He was alcoholic.
It doesn't matter whatever. They did a wonderful job. But the way his eye and the beard and just everything. His teeth. Good Lord.
I think I think Damson did an amazing job playing this part. I mean, I believe in giving people their flowers. And let me just say that he brought Franklin to life and he did such a great job these last 6 years with this character. I think it's undeniable. I don't know if he has any awards or anything for it, but they should.
He need to.
I think he did.
Hand that out.
I'm gonna
look it up. I don't think Snowfall has even been nominated for anything.
They never been the power.
Remember the Wire was robbed too.
The Wire was amazing.
The Wire was good when it was on, but people caught on to it in the later.
Yeah, some people still haven't seen it.
They just caught on to it in the like 20 years later. They caught on to it by the 3rd season.
Can I say something? I think Amari Harwood don't get his credit because I'm gonna be honest. If Amari Harwood don't do what he do, and as Gold Star's probably gonna be a failed network. 50 probably would still be struggling to find something to do. And honestly, this guy, we wouldn't have no Snowfall because power got to work before we see this.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's true.
I agree.
That's right.
I can agree with that.
And it's only because you brought up Amari. Why do you think that we don't see him in any prominent roles right now anymore? Like movies.
He's doing a lot of stuff. He in the movie with J-Lo.
But he's doing like
he's in the movie with who?
He in the new movie with J-Lo. I forgot the name of it. It's a Netflix movie that's coming out next month. He's in that movie with J-Lo.
But I thought he would probably be a bigger star.
Yeah.
He's been in things, but I just think that
I feel like he should be in more
would
things.
I'm talking about not to hit the man. The brother ain't working. I'm proud of him to keep doing his thing.
act.
But I'm
Shit,
talking
yeah.
about that he should have. I think his role in Ghost was so good. He could have been a big
killed
major
that
motion
role, though.
picture thing.
He did.
You know?
He killed that.
Yeah, I didn't know whether I loved him or hated him sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I think he did get an Emmy Cinnamon.
He got a
he got an NAACP award. He got a couple of awards.
Yeah, maybe
he did,
but
he never got an Emmy though. He never got
no. Powell's never been nominated for anything.
Right.
And they gonna
they probably got NAACP or BT.
Okay. And everybody don't even when we saw Patina Miller that's playing Rock, we was like, okay, where she come from? Because she bodied it too.
Where she came from? She came from
Broadway.
Broadway. She came from Broadway. She's a real actress.
I always forget her name, but so has the lady that played Franklin's mom on here. She's been around a long time.
Oh, she was up now. I hated her on The Wire.
Yeah,
did you see that? I hate her. She was a trash mob on The Wire.
Yeah. Did y'all see Twitter where they was like, if this person if she needs to play Kanye's mother next?
Oh yeah,
I think she can.
She do look something like John DeWesco.
They asked her in an interview like, what else she want to play? She said she want to play on Power. That's her next thing. She want to play that.
I don't be mad at it. Come on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Be mad at it.
Hey, Moochie, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all got respect for Ghost now? The way how he did Kane and how he set him up? Because look at this dude Franklin. He was out of control. I guarantee you.
I think he did it like that because of that reason. But I never said I didn't have respect for him for that.
A lot of people said that was a sucker move on how he doing it.
I think he explained to Kanan why he did it. I didn't want to take you out.
He didn't want to kill him. He just wanted.
That's why I did what I did.
He just wanted to set him down for a while.
Yeah.
He was out of control.
He was getting out of control. Yeah,
and he would have took them all down.
He would.
And I wasn't mad at Ghost about that.
Look, I know it's getting ready to come on in like a couple of minutes, but I feel like they're gonna end up doing that with Kane because he don't make wise decisions.
Thank you,
and I know they're gonna do it with Monet.
Yeah,
I think both. I think they're gonna come after her and she's gonna throw her own son under the bus.
I can see it.
Yeah, she's a trash mother too. Yeah,
I actually think Tariq is gonna mess around and tell Norma that what's going on. I think, hey Moochie, when he said David said she gotta go, I don't think that's Lauren. I think that's Monet because I think David is getting tired of Monet.
Yeah, because she's not even listening. They gonna sit her down. They gonna sit her down.
They get tired of her.
He don't like her Inga at all. So
I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah.
Tariq will put both of them in jail. I could see him doing that, yo.
Yeah. Kang is out of control, man.
Tariq might hand, like what you said, Tariq might hand Monet off to Noma and it goes sideways and she end up taking out Noma.
Moochie, can I say one more thing before we get out of here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I like the part. I don't know if you have that screenshot or if you planned on playing the scene or anything, but I like the part where they played the little homage to John Singleton.
Oh, John Singleton.
When they had this
had my emotions all over the place, but that was one part I liked.
When they was like they filming a movie.
They was out there filming Boys in the Hood.
Was that the alley scene where Ricky gets taken out?
Yes. I was like, oh, that was perfect to me. And then he was like, they ain't gonna win no Oscar because that's what they told John Singleton in real life. So I was like, that was perfect.
Wow.
Yeah. I like that.
Rest in peace to John Singleton and his family, man.
Gemini said that was done. So, I'm gonna close it out. I had to get on tonight because it was like this was an episode that I watched more than once because I felt conflicted when I saw it the first time. So
I love it. I love this. I'm sad now. What the heck I'm gonna watch on Wednesdays now?
I had my thoughts about it. It wasn't this. I felt bad because the way they took my man's Ghost out. I felt the same way about Franklin, bro. I actually think they should have just, I don't know, man. Drinking, him being a drunk. I don't want to see a black man on TV like that. You know what I mean? Because we just think that too much.
You know what I want to say? I covered the show Animal Kingdom, and them boys, them dudes, and they were white guys. They were surfers. They were thieves. All of them, they was thieves, and they did this. They did their family dirty too. One of their family members. With that show, when the son came back, their sister's son, and he had it out for them. At first, I thought they was gonna get away, but all of them didn't get away. He messed them up just how they messed his mother up. So I saw that. Only one out of all of them got away, and he's on the run.
Yeah,
and they talking about making a spinoff from that. So
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was conflicted with this ending too. I think I'm still kind of trying to take it in, and I could see where everybody is coming from. But a lot of people was like, "Oh, this is worse than the Game of Thrones ending." I don't see it. They were saying this is worse than the Dexter ending. I don't see it, even though it's things I don't agree with it, or I may not have wanted it to go that way. I don't think I could say it was worse than them. Then somebody said all black shows have a bad ending, and I don't agree with that either. But
I feel like these sometimes do, because it seems like they don't want to see us win.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I feel like I wish he would have. If it was up to me, I wish he could have just sold all his assets and just left town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe he could be on the run, be in exile. We never see him again.
But he wouldn't have been on the run because his mother looked out for him.
Right, she
his mother took the charge for him. He was never saw on. They don't have. They got Louis, because when Louis did what she did, he had a clean slate.
Exactly. Second chance. He was thrown a lifeline, and he didn't take the lifeline.
I don't feel nothing but you got what you deserve. Poetic justice, and it is what it is. You know.
Yeah, that's how I feel now.
I think this was the best ending.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I was conflicted, like Tamika.
That's what I said. I was conflicted with it too. Where I just like,
I don't think this is the best ending because I felt they rushed it with them time jumps.
Yeah, they did. I wish they would add more episodes.
Maybe a few more episodes.
It should have been 3 more episodes.
Yeah, maybe an extra episode or so. Yeah, I agree.
It should have been 2 more episodes, and then the last episode being this long.
Him losing it all, losing everything.
They did the same thing with Power Season 4. Season 4 of Power could have been a classic, but they was rushing too much. And Courtney Kemp and 50 Cent was like, we only got 10 episodes. We asked for 12, but they wouldn't give it to us. They always do that.
No.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they used to give 12, 13, 14 episodes.
Yo, Law and Order got like 80 episodes.
That's true.
They be like season 5, episode 89.
I also think once they knew they was gonna have the spinoff, that also, pushed them in which direction they want to show it. Because
I agree.
I didn't like the fact that they leaked the spinoff,
and I don't like that they linked that either. I think it was a mistake.
Hey,
that should have been leaked today, because once they did that, and then they was going on a press tour, Isaiah John and Gail Bean.
Yeah,
that's where I was just like,
I don't think he's gonna be in there.
Yes, he is. They said he is.
Oh, because the way he was saying, like, he's still married to his wife, but it seemed like they ain't on good terms. The way he was talking.
He just said that marriage was hard. He didn't say that they weren't like they were.
Yeah, he said marriage is tough.
Marriage is tough, but it doesn't.
I think it was tough for him to leave. He didn't want to leave. He felt like he was abandoning his people once again.
Yeah,
I agree. I think that African angle was lazy writing too, to be honest with you. I think she should have been the one talking to Sissy and stuff like that, not Leon.
But him and Sissy already had that connection.
Yeah. That's remember she braided his hair after he was on the run. Remember she came and fought him.
Absolutely,
that's true. Okay, I see.
He basically laid in her lap and cried after he took out Scully's daughter.
Yes,
he didn't feel good about him doing.
And you see, Franklin was changing in his attitude. He was always talking to his Sissy and Leon real crazy.
Was then coming.
Yeah, it's been coming.
Leon had told him that he could pay for the house, the taxes, and all that, and
he said no.
No, he didn't want it.
He even offered to take him away. Why don't you come back with us?
Right.
And he said no.
Yeah,
because he wanted to go out his way, and I guess this was his way. But like I said, I was conflicted like you, Tamika. At the end of the day, it was hard to watch, but I still think that when it was all said and done, that it ended the way that it had to end. I get that it's not the thing that we want to see, but it is realistic in the sense that it does happen. And all we did was watch the rise of Franklin and the fall of Franklin.
Definitely.
And
it's not a
that
lot of
was a
drug
hard
dealers
fall.
that walked away with a whole lot of money and they did,
But that's the story we always see on TV, ladies. Like, bro, we know, and BMF, we know the rise of it, and we know they about to be a crash dummies. You know what I mean? Same with Ghost. He was about to be a politician. He got killed. You know what I mean? Like that. What about? I mean, Franklin wanted to be an Ivy League. He was smart. How about having them going back to a community college, going to school, and helping his community? That's what I wanted to see.
Well, it's not like you can't make him do that still. But I think in this show, they had to show that Franklin didn't get because when you think about it, we're acting like what he was doing to his community was a good thing. It's not. I mean, like I said, I love Franklin's character, but at the end of the day, what he was doing to his community was horrible.
It was horrible.
And
he was held by the CIA though, but it was horrible.
He went from the first. What season was that when he told Melody's father? She said, "How do you sleep like at night?" And he said, "Like a baby."
Like a baby. Yeah. He
had no remorse for what he was doing.
That's why I said this did not start in season 6 or season 5. This has been little crumbs. He was building up to the monster that he became at the end. He became Godzilla at the end. I mean, but he was already building up to that.
Yeah. But he accepts it at the end too. He accepts who he is. Honestly. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm conflicted by it. Saddened, conflicted. Don't know which way to go. Tomorrow I might think something different. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's how I'm feeling with it too, EJ.
Don't sleep on it, EJ. You feel
I ain't gonna hold you, Moochie. I watched it 3 times. I'm still gonna feel the same way. I'm not about to run this season back, man. I can't do it. Not because I'm not the biggest Franklin friend in the world, but I just wanted a black man got to be more. I'm just being nice. It's a black man. We got to be more than just like, okay, we sell drugs, we mess up our community. Okay, bam, we in jail or dead or whatever.
But Leon, though, look at Leon. We're just looking at Franklin. Leon has a positive ending to his story. This is somebody who also sold drugs. He's going back.
He did some horrible things too.
Yeah, he's going back. He's going back into the community with the legal system. Like, there is a positive there, but at the end of the day, the main character may not have had a positive, but there was some positive. We saw somebody who was strung out on drugs build themselves up, pull themselves out of that, recognize that they needed to move.
Had a positive story. Ending. Yeah, those two.
We gotta take the W somewhere. So
the same family is gone though. You never gonna see them on TV again.
It was positive stuff. I like the fact that they showed Einstein trying to go to college. Because he was too smart to be in this game.
Yep.
He has much more to
Leon
offer
will
the
probably
world.
help him with that.
Exactly. He was. Remember, he was helping them fill. They was helping him fill out the application.
The college application.
Big D wasn't. He was like, "Nah, you don't need school."
Yeah. Oh no, because see, they ignorant. So.
But yeah. And like Jim and I was saying, we don't know. Maybe I know they said somewhere where Franklin said where Damson said he's probably never going to do this again. But who knows? Maybe they might mention in the spinoff somewhere. I think they might mention it. Something good that Franklin has done, or maybe we might get that.
He's never gonna do this again.
I don't know.
He probably
won't, but they could mention his name in the
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll mention his name since he's not going to do it, but maybe they'll give him, that ending that you're looking for way later.
Where they show him getting himself together and doing something.
Yeah,
no, they don't have enough money.
He's not going to be.
He's not. Yeah. I mean, but he's not going to do it.
But they could just mention that. Oh yeah, Franklin doing better than he went to rehab, got his life together. It could just.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You're not gonna see him, but you will see his kid.
Ooh, I thought about that too. I thought about the idea of bringing the kid back.
Yep, that's what you said.
That's a good thought. Gemini Don, he said, I hope in the spinoff somehow they have an update. Okay, we was just talking about an update on Franklin and he bounced back like his father. That's wishful thinking, and that's what I wanted to convey. Thank you, Gemini Don. You said what was
I mean,
in my
I think
head.
they might mention. I don't think we're gonna see his face.
Nah, I would like it to be an honorable mention, so where we know what happened, what became of him.
And that way,
or even if we see Leon getting a phone call,
right,
and we just hear Leon's end of the conversation, and we know that he's doing well.
Yeah, and that way
I'll be
Franklin's fans
satisfied with
can
that.
feel that closure, because I feel like that'll give. It may not be the best closure, but I feel like it'll give those of us that are conflicted and hurt and don't know really what to feel or whatever, or feel hurt by them ending Franklin like this. Maybe that'll give them some sort of closure.
I think Nelson will give you one. I think he'll get him maybe an episode of showing his face out of respect of John Singleton. He had respect for the writers. You would never see Amari Harvard play Ghost because of Courtney Kemp.
Right.
Yeah,
he don't even talk to her because of that.
Well, they say he's not gonna play it again.
No, he never. The only way you gonna see him as Ghost if it's telling his perspective of
They
his
had
story.
a falling out or something, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. He didn't want that ending to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
Jay West, I think there's a redemption. There can always be a redemption story, just like we see all these things happen. At the end of the day, there are people who may go like Franklin, but then they have a redemption story later.
Freeway Rick got a redemption story.
Yup.
I mean,
he do.
When he came
don't
home,
know that got redemption stories.
When you look at his documentary, he came home. He was homeless. He was like a bum. He's sleeping on his mother's sofa, and then the mother ended up losing her house, and he came home with nothing. Now it took a lot of years. He turned his life around. He got into the cannabis game, and cannabis is booming business right now, $1 billion industry right now. And he got a farm in it, the stuff, and
boxing promoter now.
Yeah, and boxing promoting and all this kind of stuff. And so he became a millionaire again. It took a lot of years.
We might see that story transposed with Franklin.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It might happen. Just right now, this is where Franklin has to be, because this is the road he has to travel to get to who he really truly is going to end up being, and maybe we get to see it.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Maybe after some episodes into the show, then we might end up finding out.
It'd be nice.
Now, I think people, I'm just not my perspective, anybody on this panel, I think people don't like the ending because how smart Franklin was, and he didn't use his brain to realize you're not getting that money and then go back on his plan B and C. So I can understand what people are saying, though. They basically saying this.
It's frustrating to see.
Yes,
frustrating. It is, because he had a way out. It would be different if he didn't have a way out. But Veronique had a very good idea. You sell the Spring Street the
he
state
said that right at the beginning. Yes,
and you move on. But Franklin was bullheaded. He didn't want to listen, and that's what makes it so much worse, because he had the out.
Yeah.
He had the win, but he didn't take it.
Exactly.
And she would have hung in there with him until he just really got real crazy. And
he was getting crazy and erratic and all of that.
Exactly.
Mother. After all of that, I didn't give a damn what happened to Franklin.
No, exactly.
Right.
He called his mother all kind of bitches.
Right.
Yeah, that was
killed you and all this.
Bro.
I mean, the way he cussed his mother, he was talking to his mother disrespectful for the past few seasons.
Yeah.
And then he's screaming at her and yelling at her, and
he was screaming at her when she let Alton back in the house.
Yeah, he been talking to his mother crazy, but just
he was like, Teddy should have
killed
jail. I said, what?
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
And that's why she hung up the phone and had nothing to say to him, and she just walked off.
But him with Elton, talking about season 1 when he brought Elton, I could kind of understand why he was mad, because the man wasn't there for him, though.
Yeah,
I can get it.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been doing, he's been getting out of control. But this last one, she would have spoken with him had he said, "Mom, I'm sorry, I was tripping."
Yeah,
not one time did he say sorry.
No apology, no accountability. He putting it all on her, and as if she a rotten mother. And so that's why she just hung up the phone, and with her nice big backside, she went wiggling down the arm back into the chair.
Yeah. And you
I
got the
love
nerve
her
to
walk.
come
I said,
about the
go,
house.
sister, with that walk. She was
Okay.
I said, go ahead, sister, with that walk and that afro. I love it. I said, Team Sissy, because I'm saying, I mean, your child turn on you like that. You sacrifice, did so much for him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm taking it personal.
That's heartbreaking.
Because
That's
I
so
have been man.
heartbreaking. All right, so we look. I know it's 11:50, y'all.
Oh Lord, time flew by.
Time flew by. I know y'all want to see Power Book 2. Everybody want, and we gonna close it out. I thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Detroit, for coming through. Thank you, EJ, for coming through. Thank you, Inga and Tamika. I really appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you for having me.
B, James Kelly, Mr. B Fax, Gemini Don Cinnamon, Pretty
James
Brown,
Kelly.
Brown Pretty. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank y'all for coming out. God
Please
bless.
hit that like button for
Hit
Moochie.
them
She
thumbs,
underrated,
hit them
man.
thumbs, y'all.
What I
We
say?
gotta get
Yeah,
Moochie to do it on
that
this 3. We want Moochie to get up here 3-4 days out the week, man. She underrated.
I'm
She the best
trying,
on here,
y'all.
man.
Thank you. We
Her and
out of here,
Tamika
y'all.
and EJ and Inga.
Thank you for coming. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
y'all.
much, Detroit. We'll be talking in the chats.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yes,
We gotta definitely chop it
If
up.
y'all
You
not
gotta
in the
come. We can talk.
Discord, join the Discord. I got it on my community tab. And
Yeah,
the
thank
poll.
you, Moochie, for sending me the yes. Thank you for hooking me out.
All right.
There it
So
goes.
we
All
out
right,
of here,
y'all.
y'all. Thank you.
All right.
Peace.